Today, Coaster Fans, we are reviewing one of the best roller coasters I have been on, and perhaps the best roller coaster at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This is X2. This is a very disorienting and awesome ride right off the bat. And I'm going to have some certain categories, and I'm sure everyone will enjoy this review. Let's start with the duration. X2 is about 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. We are giving it an 8. It is it's actually a pretty long ride. We are giving this coaster an 8 because it's a pretty long ride. It isn't too long, but it also isn't too short whatsoever. It's actually a pretty good length. Next, we have the height. An X2 is 210 feet tall. We are giving this coaster an 8. This coaster is also pretty tall, a pretty average height, especially for a coaster like this. Very nice. You also get, going up the hill backwards, so that's a very cool experience looking up at the sky from 210 feet. Next up, we have the speed. Speed is 76 miles per hour. We are giving this coaster a 7.5. It's right in between its 70 and 80 mile per hour point. And that's why we're giving it a 7.5. It's very, very nice pace, especially for a ride like this. Next up, we have the inversions. Now, since X2 isn't about the airtime, we're giving the inversions. And what I mean by the inversions, it doesn't really have inversions, it's more about the flips. We're giving this coaster a 9. This coaster flips you several times, and it has very awesome flips along with it. Next up, we have the intensity. And X2 probably has the strongest point of this coaster, a 10. This coaster is very intense, and I'm sure everyone would love this ride. It's insanely intense, and it's awesome. This coaster has a very nice disorientation, very cool, very fast. It just definitely flips you, and flips you. It's very, very awesome, and I love it. This intensity of this coaster is awesome, with the fire blowing in your face. You get go down an 88-degree drop. It's really cool. And speaking of drop, we have drop next category. We're doing X2 and 8. This coaster has a pretty nice drop, actually. It isn't a great drop, as you don't know where you're going, but you don't really feel the drop as you're being flipped over. It's a very, very good drop. I don't have that perfect score for it. However, it's very good and definitely is worthy of getting an 8. Not a 9 or a 10, but it's very good. Next up, we have the restraints. The restraint system is getting a 7. The restraints are kind of pack onto you, but they're okay. I mean, they're actually above average good restraints. They're pretty good. They're not great, excellent, perfect, but it's pretty good. Next up, we have the theming, and X2 was getting a 2. It doesn't have really any theming. I mean, you have that fire during the ride. It doesn't really have that much theming towards the ride. However, that's pretty cool because you get to watch the video of X2's animation while waiting in the station to get the gates open and, get on the ride as your turn. It's a very cool theming in some ways. However, it's not really a theme. It's pretty cool for what it has, though. Now we have the overall score. This review was kind of quick. However, this coaster doesn't really have much to it to explain about it for every category. We are giving X2 a 9.5. This coaster is really awesome. This is the best ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain without a doubt. You get disoriented, it's very fast, quite a tall height. You get disoriented, it's great. That's why we are giving X2 this 9.5 score.